What's up, man? It's your boy, Ken the Guru. I know it's been a minute before I've been giving y'all this work, all this information or whatever. But today, I want to talk about Canelo Alverez. And the reason I chose him is because I'm tired of him cherry picking his fights, right? So let's just run down Canelo Alvarez's resume. And the reason I'm doing this is because right now, he's trying to fight Sergey Kovalev. Everybody know Sergey Kovalev is on his last limb. He's basically a person that can't take body punches, right? And so Canelo see that as an advantage. And then it's not even a win-lose situation. It's a win-win situation. So basically he gets credit for fighting a person that is bigger in a bigger weight division, right? But let me tell you why that's not even impressive to me. All right, first of all, Canelo has cherry-picked his way throughout the divisions, right? He's always fought at catch weight. He's always drained the person, or he end up putting hydration clauses, right? So let's start with Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs, 160, right? He was basically forced to only hydrate 10 pounds. Everybody knows that he's way more than that, right? So if Canelo thought he really can win, at his fair advantage, as far as a fair advantage, Danny Jacobs being at his full potential and Canelo being at his full potential, right? So he basically fought him somewhat drained or whatever, right? So let's go to Rocky Fielding. Everybody knows that Rocky Fielding is a nobody, right? Everybody knew that Canelo would win that easy. So he didn't go and fight, Caleb Smith. He didn't go fight him. He went to go fight Rocky Fielding. So the reason I'm bringing that up is because it's a similar situation. Now you got Better BF, you got Demetrius Bivol, you got other light heavyweights in the division. So why is he choosing to fight again? The second fiddle champion fight in a division that's higher up. So let's look at it. Kovalev, Rocky Fielding, similar situations. Kovalev fought a lot of good opponents, but he's older now. His body getting weaker, and we all know he can't take body punches, right? Because Anthony Yarde was actually effective when he was going to the body, and Kovalev couldn't even handle or hide the situation. So we're going to go to Gennady Golovkin. He really didn't want to fight Golovkin, but I had him winning both fights. And everybody knows that Canelo Alvarez is definitely not about to lose in the situation. In the decision, right? So we got Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. You can see it in his whole physique that he was basically weight drained. The man looked sick in the ring, and Canelo gets full credit because he's on his resume. But 10 years, 20 years down the line, nobody's going to look at the fact that Cesar Chavez was basically weight drained and looked bad and all that other stuff. They just got an L on his record. So he did fight him at his full potential, his full weight, and basically at an equal advantage, right? So let's go to Liam Smith. Liam Smith was basically an unproven fighter, right? And we already know he was going to win that fight. Amir Khan was beating Canelo, but guess what? We already know that Canelo was going to win because he was a bigger fighter, naturally, right? Far as weight. And basically, Amir Khan dared to be great, got knocked out. So that's another fight that was at a disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't at his full potential. If he wanted to meet Amir Khan at a fair advantage, he should have went to the 147. We got Miguel Cotto. I believe Cotto basically won that fight. That's just my opinion. And I like Canelo, but I'm just starting to get irritable, about him fighting, going up in weight and fighting the least caliber fighter. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to fighting the top fighters in there, because he would never fight Demetrius Bivol. We got James Kirkland. We knew he was going to win that. We got Eris Londi Lara. He lost that for sure. But guess what? You're not getting a decision versus Canelo Alverez. You're just not. You're not going to get that decision. So we got Alfredo Angelou. Don't even know who that is. Then you got my boy, Floyd Money Mayweather. Man, put the paws on him. You remember Ludacris? Drop bows on him. Hey, he got, man, bows, knees, elbows, arms, head, toenails, like everything dropped on him in that fight. And I can't believe that they actually gave the man a decision. They gave the man a split decision, which is baffling. I had Mayweather winning all 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how a judge sat there and gave him a decision. I think the lady is actually no longer working as a judge. You know what I'm saying? So he got a lot of people in his pocket. Then Austin Trout, another fight that Canelo Alvarez lost. He didn't even win that fight, but guess what? Again, you're not getting a gifted decision versus Canelo Alvarez unless he pissed some real high people in high places off. Outside of that, him being the cash cow outside of Floyd Mayweather, I don't see it. Him being the cash cow outside of Floyd Money Mayweather, I don't see Canelo Alvarez losing the decision at all. So he lost to him. Alfonso Gomez, nobody. Matthew Haddon, nobody. So basically, everybody after that was pretty much bum cakes. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really top five. He beat Sugar Shane Mosley, but guess what? He was still a smaller fighter. You know what I'm saying? So he basically cherry-picked his way through the division, and he refused to fight Jamal Charlo. He refused to fight Demetrius Andrade. And so for that, he don't even want to fight Billy Joe Saunders, which I think Billy Joe will probably actually win that fight. But he had some drugs in his system. I don't know how he got it there, but that's neither here or there. But I think that Billy Joe, the way that he actually fought David Lemieux, I think that he has a great chance of fighting, being that he get a tune-up. If he don't get a tune-up, I don't see him winning that fight at all, because you can't just be out of the ring and have ring rust come in and just beat Canelo Alvarez. But I do think Jamal Charlo, I think that Demetrius Andrade can beat him. I also think that if given another chance, Danny Jacobs probably win that fight. He just wasn't letting his hands go like he was supposed to. But being that he actually had fighters, other good fighters in the division, instead of fighting them, instead of cleaning out the division, he keep cherry picking his way. And then the WBC basically gave him a franchise belt, which has never been given. And it's basically what they're doing is kissing butt in order to stay on Canelo's good side, because at first he rejected the WBC. He didn't even want that belt at all. You know what I'm saying? So I just believe that the reason he really want to fight Kovalev, man, like I said prior, he think that he can beat him by going to the body all night. And being that Andre Ward actually beat him using that tactics and that strategy, you know what I'm saying? I just think that he might be successful because he took a lot of punishment by Anthony Yarde, and he showed that he was basically hurt in that situation, in that fight. So to come in and fight a Canelo Alvarez is probably suicide. And then it also played to what I was saying earlier. Now, basically what they're trying to do is November 2nd, they're trying to get Kovalev to get back in the ring. Now, everybody knows that likes boxing, who follow boxing, you've been in boxing for a while, I'm pretty sure that you have a little bit of knowledge. You need to rest your body. Nobody is fighting 3 to 4 times no more in a year. You know what I'm saying? Everybody fight like twice a year unless you are a fresh fighter and you need a whole bunch of fights to basically get the experience in the ring. Outside of that, you know, since Floyd implemented that, you know, only 2 fights per year, you know what I'm saying? Now everybody is doing it, especially Canelo. Canelo is May, it's for Cinco de Mayo, and then in September. But since he's not going to get to September, he's aiming for November. But it goes back to what I've been saying. He is using that to his advantage. He's using that to his advantage because basically he knows that Kovalev won't have the proper time to heal. And he'll be fatigued. He'll be exhausted. Even though he's fighting him at 175, he's not a natural 175. It's the same situation like all the fighters, like Errol Spence, like Sean Porter, like whoever you name, Jamal Charlo. When you fight, you have to get back down and wait. You have to rest your body. There's an X amount of time that you need in order to properly heal at that. So my thing is, he understands that, but he's like basically giving them an ultimatum. You know, I want that date. I want that date. Man, first of all, if I was Kovalev, basically what I'd be doing is saying, you know what? I'm not going to even, not only am I not going to take the fight, if you want to fight, you feel what I'm saying? This is what you have to do. And I think that Canelo team will succumb to that demand because they hell bent on patenting their whole resume to make it look better than what it is. Because to me, it's not impressive. You know, like I said Jarrett Hurd will beat Canelo. I truly believe that. He will beat Canelo. I'm tired of this guy cherry picking all his fights to make it seem like, you know, he's just doing the dare to be great type tactics, but it's really not. It's, you know, because if you dare to be great, you will be fighting a young, hungry Demetrius Bivol. You'll be fighting Better BF. You'll be fighting, you know, these type of fighters or whatever. And you're not. You keep going up in weight, but you're fighting the lesser opponent, the lesser champion. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know, make sure that y'all follow the page, like the page, subscribe. Also, go IG at National Sports Chat chats with an S. So I'll put in the link in the description. Make sure y'all also follow the page. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We have a lot of things going on. So we just want y'all to be a part of the community. So when we give giveaways, you know what I'm saying, y'all already know when it's going to happen and how it's going to happen, at what time it's going to happen, and you'll be in the know. But that's all we got for now. Again, it's your boy